Dear friends and co-travelers on this road towards open government, let me start with a heartfelt thanks from Tirana to the government of Spain and to a very special friend, Pedro Sanchez, for hosting this summit, where unfortunately I cannot attend, but I hope that through these words I can give a modest contribution. And also, thank you to the OGP family for 14 years of tireless thinking global and acting local work, an agenda that has helped governments like ours strip away the old stigma of politics and begin to rebuild trust in institutions. We couldn't be prouder to have signed up from day one. And last November, we hosted the first ever Western Balkans OGP Summit. Our historically divided region around one table, not to talk about borders, but about transparency and trust. For us, that was not protocol, it was politics. Because in our part of the world, anchored in our renewed European horizon, opening up is not political theater, it is the bravest politics of all. Our own journey so far has taught us one other truth, that reforms are never painless and they require real spine. Our historical justice reform, launched in 2016, remains the cornerstone of our renewed system of checks and balances. On the other hand, anti-corruption and integrity are not projects with an end date. They are a daily exercise in government, humility, and public service. Of course, we are not perfect. Far from that. We make mistakes, yes, we do. But we prefer to face them in daylight, not in the shadows. Daylight is the best disinfectant. That is the spirit of open government. And to push that further, we are forging an unbreakable alliance with innovation. In Albania, even artificial intelligence now has a seat at the decision-making table, monitoring procurement, reading the data, speaking without fear or favor. You have all heard about Diela, our much talked about AI minister, introduced just a month ago. Some smiled when we announced it, some other raised the eyebrows. Tomorrow they may follow, because the future doesn't wait for us. It is already here. Let me be clear, our sovereignty in opening up institutions remains human. We merely combine human judgment with algorithmic integrity, with checks and audits, so that the citizen can see, question, contest, and then trust. There is no question we will stay the course. We fully endorse the Vitoria-Gasteiz declaration because democracy needs more than maintenance. It needs a 2030 ready upgrade, one built on transparency, participation, and real accountability. This is exactly why we here in Tirana are rebuilding trust with courage, creativity, and yes, with a bit of madness. Because courage alone is not enough. A little madness is also needed. A sparkle big enough that pushes us on the daily to break routines, to test new ideas, to act faster than our doubts. Albania is ready to be the living example for open government reforms that embrace innovation and shake the dust from our bureaucratic ways of governing. A small country, yes, very small. But small size is no excuse for small ambition. When we dare, we can move quicker than the giants. Thanks also to the new era of technology and artificial intelligence. So I invite you all to see Albania not as a small country on Europe's edges, but as your go-to courageous pathfinder for innovation in open government. This is our contribution. But the real challenge is global, and the future of democracy remains our shared responsibility. That is exactly the spirit in which I am certain we will turn a little courage and a little madness into method and use this summit to shape a bolder global agenda for open government. An agenda ready for the crisis of our era and ambitious enough to carry us through 2030 and beyond. Thank you, and very best of luck to us all.